Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Object 261 Tier 10 Soviet SPG located on the south spawn of Serene Coast. This one is under the command of Oxagon, and he's got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of his 180mm howitzer. Got it right this time. 18 centimeter, should we say. Well, as you can see, there's 2 Arty on this team. We've also got a GW-E100. He's got a 21 centimeter howitzer. So this should be quite interesting. Now, we've got quite a good fire rate because Oxagon's got a reload time of 24.1 seconds. The standard reload is 30.68. So he's got a fast reloading howitzer. Going for the TVP. Rounds out. Well, it landed alongside for 184 and he's changing position straight away. Now, this Arty does have a fairly low trajectory, but it's a very, very fast to dial in on target. And, well, it's one of the faster reloading Artys as well in the game. And you notice how that reticule really does get very compact very, very quickly. But that's because it does have a very narrow field of fire. Only 5 degrees either side of the center line. 10 degrees in total. Okay, Progetto 65. Waiting for him to pull back. We fire the round in. Oh, all we got was stun, but we did pick up some stun assists, so that worked out okay. Oh, in fact, we picked up a lot of stun assists because the Progetto got wiped out. So it's actually turning out to be a good game already. Now, as you may know, and I've mentioned it enough times, but there was 3 versions of the Object 261. Round out on the camera. Direct hit. The first version that came into being was 152mm howitzer in a closed casement. And the second one had the same gun, but in an open casement or an open cockpit. And the third one was the 18cm version in an open cockpit, which is what we've got here. It means you can't use vents, but it does give you a reasonably fast fire rate and a much better alpha than if you had 152. 800 alpha, capable of 45mm of pen. Now, funnily enough, the Object 263, or Stalin's Sandal as it was later called, is the TD version of this same vehicle, although they never built the Object 261. It just never got built. It's based on the IS-7 hull, so it's a very strong hull. You wouldn't want to ram it because you probably would come a cropper if you did, or at least you would suffer a huge amount of damage. Oh, unfortunately, just looking at our teammate there in the Striv got wiped out. Rounds out in the FV215B 183, the Death Star, and he's gone. The kill shot went to our Viz 55. Okay, so we're closing in on the enemy cap area. Even though, and this is the bad news, we've only got 1 tank up on the enemy. In fact, now it's evens on the enemy, and we're going for a mouse. Heavily armored German heavy. Although 210 hit points is still reasonable. There's the TVP we hit earlier in the game. Looks like he's just fired his magazine, so it'll be in reload. Okay, we can get this shot on target. We can't see him anymore, but we're about to shoot. Rounds out. Blind shot. Direct hit. And half the building disappeared with it. So that was a good shot. Correctly estimated he was still there, and he was. Okay, that's Centurion Action 10. We get a shot on him. He's very low on hit points. We're almost loaded. And yes, he's seeking the comfort of that house for cover. He knows that that's an Arty safe area. We can't shoot at that other guy, but we can certainly hit the TVP. And he's missing a lot more hit points than he did the last time we saw him. Okay, lining up past his path, round out. And he turned just at the last moment. He got warning the shells on the way in, changed his course, and saved himself from getting hit. Only 22 hit points out of that one. Now, all the forces we sent up around the west side of the map to attack their cap area have been wiped out, except for the Viz-55, and he's badly wounded. But we do still have tanks on the peninsula trying to make their way in the other direction. GWE-100 is a little slower than us, and I think that Oxagon's decided that it's not safe to stay on that corner, so he's making his way around to the other side to shoot from there. At least he'll have the protection of his teammates, whereas the GWE-100's all on his own around there at the moment. Okay. Looks like he's using the cover, carefully avoids knocking any of the trees down. I think he's going to go for the E50M now. Lines up the shots. It's already dialing in, almost ready. Rounds out. Oh, he got a kill shot. E50M is gone. A lovely shot it was too. He was fairly close to us when that shell went in. But he's out the game, and now we're just lining up for a new one. And the TVP T5051 did move a fair distance in them. Unfortunately, we knocked a tree down, but the good thing is that the Object 261 on the enemy team's on the move. And I think that landed directly behind him. But the TVP is a one-shot. Our Heshbon knows that. And in fact, it's our E4 who gets the kill shot on him. Okay, we've got an enemy Heshbon trying to come around after our Udas, who's ready for him. And we're going to try and put a round in as well. Rounds out. Oh, big hit. Penetrating shot, 857. He does fire his dirt gun, but he does go down. The Udas gets him in the end, and now we're trying to take out the 261, but the mouse, I think the mouse is going round after our teammate in the Udas. In fact, that mouse is the last enemy tank. We can't see him, but hopefully the Heshbon will spot him soon. Still got plenty of rounds left. Okay, go for the mouse. Now you can actually use the armor piercing on this Arty. I know some people say, well, Arty with armor piercing not that effective, but the enemy mouse has gone down now, and that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first-class tanker for Oxagon in the Object 261. He got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in that game. He managed to get 11. A Gauze Medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in this game because the Heshbon on the enemy team managed to get 5,075 hit points of damage in total. That's a very high score, but then he does have Hesh rounds, so that's why he can do it. The second highest damage in the game turned out to be the TVP T5051, but not by much, because he got 3,813. You can see Oxagon got 3,801, so just 12 hit points of damage in between those two guys. And of course, Oxagon in third place with 3,801. When it came to kills, though, it was the Udas who did the best with 5 kills in that game. The second highest was the TVP T5051 on our team with 3 kills, and the Heshbon on the enemy team also with 3. And then there was 2 kills from the enemy TVP T5051 and their mouse. When it came to base XP, it was the Udas who did the best with 1,008, the only player to get over 1,000. But Oxagon wasn't that far behind. He got 924, and 866 went to the TVP T5051 on his own team. He fired 13 rounds, so he still had 7 rounds spare at the end of the game. 8 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot, which of course we do know was the Heshbon, because of course he smacked that guy really hard just when he got caught in a position where the round could go in through the turret, and it did. He also got 12 splashes on the enemy, 3,801 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1 of them, and did 1,754 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. The tank he killed was the E50M, the tier 10 German medium. 41,538 credits on a premium count, 18,692 for battle payment, 65,000 for mission completion, 145,999 altogether. After resupply of ammunition and consumables, Oxagon went away with 100,259 credits profit. He also got 924 XP for the battle, times 2 for the first victory, 2,772 experience points altogether. So a really good game by Oxagon. Very quick game as well. It wasn't particularly long. This one only lasted 7 minutes and 16 seconds. And he was very efficient with the aim and the shells. I was about to say towards the end of the game that you can actually use armor piercing with the Object 261. I know it doesn't have very good penetration with the HE rounds, but it is so accurate that it is possible to get armor piercing rounds through some of the enemy tanks if you're so inclined. So I would consider that occasionally, just in case you are inclined to actually penetrate an enemy tank that's being a particular nuisance. Yes, it might be worthwhile carrying an armor piercing round just in case. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.